the Go Berserk with Email podcast with Navy nuclear engineer turned email software developer, Troy Broussard. So calm.
I'm pissed off, but I'm telling this because I am teaching you how to think differently and how to test differently.
So patient.
And Ben, that's put $500,000 into this company too, is being told that nobody can find the goddamn bug.
So charitable.
I'm going to start paying bounties every time somebody finds a bug. We're going to deduct $10 for that week.
So trusting.
Do not assume that anything works. Assume that nothing works.
And so sweet, it makes sugar taste just like salt.
I want to play into the sexiness of marketing automation, but I also want to slap the complexity of it.
The Go Berserk with Email podcast begins now.
Troy, I think I've been waiting for this my entire life. I feel kind of excited and giddy that you're finally going to give me the secret. The secret to what? What are we talking about today?
We're talking all about getting more applications, right? So anybody that runs a professional service or a coaching program, they typically sell by a qualified application and then doing a phone consultation. And frequently referred to as a strategy session, although I don't like that at all because I think it's disingenuous. You're telling them that you're just going to give them a bunch of strategy. You're selling them. Be honest. Call it what it is. I don't like calling them strategy sessions at all. I think you're playing marketing games when you do that. So that's kind of one of the first tips that I talk about in this. I never call it a strategy session, and I would call it a qualification call or a screening call. And you say, I don't want to be screened. I don't want to be qualified. That's why you want to call it that, because you want somebody coming into the mindset of they're having to apply, right? You may want to call it an application, an online application. That's another thing that you can use. I've used and seen a lot of different terminology there, but I would never call it a strategy session because, first of all, everybody does. So you just look like everybody else. But secondly, it really is a disingenuous marketing manipulation statement. It's not really honest about what it is. They're not there to get you to open up and tell your strategy to them, right? They're there for you to qualify them and sell them. And so I just own that. But I'll give you the answer, and then we can just wrap this episode.
Speed.
We just wrap it right here. Okay. It's so simple. Just ditch your funnel and build a relationship. That's it.
Ta-da.
It's in the can. Wrap.
That's it. You don't need no stinking apps.
Man, I hate all this funnel crap. It's such it's really for the low IQ test marketer that has to have like a template to follow. Just follow this funnel, follow this framework. If you're going to be that low effort on your business, then you don't deserve to be successful in business. If you're not willing to put in the effort to figure this stuff out, then quite honestly, it's just not going to work out for you. And all the funnel building stuff, it's really a probably multi-billion-dollar industry at this point of really just self-serving industry where they make you feel like you need all this stuff so that you pay for all this stuff. And it does it really provide any better results? Honestly, no, it provides worse results. If you want to do an application-based funnel, here is the first thing you must accept. And I'm telling you, nobody wants to hear this, but you must accept it. If you're doing an application for coaching or professional services, it is a sales call. Sales. That's right. You have to sell. You have to be
four-letter
on the
word.
phone. Yes. And you know what? This is the whole reason the multi-billion-dollar industry of automation, marketing automation, was created, because people don't want to sell. Oh God, I don't want to ask for a sale. Well, then don't pay your damn mortgage. Like, come on. If you can't ask for a sale, you can't sack up and say, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? Then you know what? You don't deserve to be in business, and you deserve to fail, and you will fail, because selling is absolutely critical to any business. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be the best salesman, but you have to have a best sales solution for your company. So maybe it's somebody else that you partner with, maybe it's an outsourcer, maybe it's an employee that does the sales, something, but you better learn how to sell as an organization if you want to be successful, right? So this concept that what you need is the perfect funnel for getting qualified applications is absolutely ridiculous, and it's completely ass backwards wrong. What you don't need is a funnel and automation. Think about it. You're trying to get a one-on-one conversation with somebody. What do you need for that to happen? Like you could just approach this as a guy trying to strike up a date at a barbecue and see some attractive gal there. What do you need to get that date to happen? You need to build a relationship.
You need a webinar. You need a landing page. You're definitely going to need some emails, right?
If the automations experts were doing it, they would engineer like a stone that would fall so that the lady would trip so that he could automatically catch her hand or some stupid horseshit like that in order to trick her into it. Look, it takes the relationship. It takes the relationship. So if you want to get good at getting applications, start with getting good at email. Build email. Use story selling. And story selling is telling fun, interesting stories about your niche, about your life, and connecting them back to your product or service and how that can help in that situation. They can be fun little stories. They can be entertaining. It really should be entertaining. That's what your job is. And, if you're doing stuff for applications, what people don't really realize is we've been brought up in this attraction marketing horseshit society. Oh, I want to attract everybody. Oh, the secret. It's a secret. It's the attraction. So no, it ain't. It's the repulsion. Repulsion is twice, if not 3 times, if not 5 times as powerful as the law of attraction. Quit trying to attract everybody. Do you see that from a sales guy? The most qualified sales guys, the best salespeople on the planet, are not at all into attraction marketing. They're into repulsion marketing. They're not needy. If you've ever been on a sales call and you talk to a guy that's like needy on the other, no, it may not be right for you right now, but we got this promo going at the end of the month. I'm kind of bumping up against have you ever heard this where they say, I'm kind of bumping up against a limit where I can be eligible for a promo. So I'm going to pass you on some discount. No, dude, you desperate SOB, go, leech off of somebody else. Nobody buys from the desperate and needy. Nobody does. If you want to get more qualified applications, and the word there that's really important is qualified. As a salesperson, I would rather have 5 calls to make and close 4 out of the 5 than have 50 calls to make. I don't want a bunch of garbage. I want qualified applicants. And the best way to get qualified applicants is to repel the non-qualified. And you do that through the email and the copy and the relationship. I had this email. I wish I had it in front of me. I would just read it verbatim. It was a great email, but I did it when I was doing one-on-one coaching. I'm not doing one-on-one coaching anymore. I have one private client left still that has been a good client for a long time, so I've kept them around, but everybody else I fired. I'm just not doing it anymore. It's not worth my time. And so when I was doing that, I wrote this email. And it was the most disqualifying email you can imagine. I had a whole list of bullet points of why you shouldn't work with me, right? And it was like, I flat out told them the price up front. It's $5,000 a month. You get 4 hours. If you're a needy, person that has to have recordings of everything and can't take notes, then don't deal with it. If you can't keep a schedule and want to change your time every week, then don't apply. If you haven't got the money, don't apply. If you can't send it in a wire transfer or ACH or check payment, don't apply. If you need to break it up over 3 credit cards, this ain't a fit, right? Like it was really repulsion based over and over. And I just went into all of it because I didn't want to deal with anybody in that. And when somebody reads that, they're like, geez, I can't afford him, or man, what an ass. I have to wire transfer. I'm not doing a wire. Well, I'm not dealing with, fees on a $5,000 charge on a credit card. I don't need to pay that. So I don't care if it's convenient for you. It's convenient for me. That's the way I work. Don't like it? Go work with somebody else. I don't care. I had a waiting list all the time for private clients. I don't need to take anybody on, right? And so the repulsion works far better for getting you qualified applicants than trying to be a needy guy that just tells everybody what they want and how good you are and, oh, I'm so good at this and, oh, my client this. No, it's needy. It's needy. When you don't act like you need their business and that they have to apply and they have to prove themselves to you, it's simple. It's simple to close them. This is what I did when Ben and I did a wine villains retreat years ago in Napa. And it was so funny because he had never done one of these, and he did some emails about and said, you're going to have to text in a number and to talk to Troy, and he's going to qualify, make sure you're qualified to come. And, more than likely he's probably going to try to talk you out of it. Don't waste his time. He's going to get pissed off at me if you waste his time. It's this amount of money. That coming forward. There's no discounts. There's no games. And if you're not ready to buy when he calls and ready to prove yourself why you want to be there and why other people would want you there, because this is a no pitch, no value event. It's just to hang out, and we want the right people in the room. Troy's going to qualify you. And so he did all kinds of copy that was that way. It was all repulsion-based copy. It was like, don't waste his time, whatever. And so when I got on the phone, he asked me, how many leads do you want? I think initially we were going to sell 20 people. We ended up expanding it to 35 because we sold it out immediately.
Nice.
So you're going to, we're going to have 20 people. So you probably want me to send you 100 leads, and that'll give you 1 in 4 to close. I'm like, dude, are you friggin' kidding me? If you send me 100 leads, I'm not calling any of them. I'm out. I'm not even doing the damn event. Yeah. He's like, well, you got to, I said, dude, just get me 15, 18 leads. Good to go. He said, well, I think we got a miscommunication there because we're selling 20. So you're going to need more than that. I said, Ben, just give me 15 to 20. We're in there. Anything 15, 18 is fine. We ended up getting 18 leads, and I sold 23 spots.
Nice. They brought friends, huh?
Yeah. I closed at 120% because I know how to sell. And a couple people turned it down, didn't come in. That's fine. I kicked a couple people out that didn't qualify. But others, I would ask them, oh, so you've got a business or you got a partner in your business? Yeah. My brother-in-law's my partner. Oh, is he going to come to the event too? Or is he just going to let you have all the fun? He's going to let you drink and have fun and leave him to do the work? No, he'd definitely like to come. So is that included? I said, yeah, just another $500. When you add a second ticket on there. And boom,
wow,
right?
That's no brainer.
And then I would do them with the wife. If they didn't have a partner, I would say, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive. And they're like, what? I said, well, you're just coming by yourself. Your wife's not going to be pissed off. You're going to a drinking event with a bunch of buddies and female entrepreneurs hanging around having wine, and she's down for you doing that on your own. She doesn't want to come and hang out in Napa Valley and hit the vineyards and stuff. Man, that's pretty crazy. I don't know how you're pulling that off. You have to teach me, man, because my wife be begging to be there. It's like, oh no, you're right. I better bring her. So I can include her in there. Oh yeah, just another $500.
Nice.
Just the second ticket, right?
Yeah.
And so, that's how we did it. And we closed over 100%. And then we upped the price, and then we sold another 15 people at the new price. But it was all done from a non-needy standpoint, a non-needy position. And when you want qualified people, you have to be doing the qualifying, and you qualify them not on the call. You qualify them in the weeks and the months and the years leading up to that by how you email. One of the best things that you can do is story shaming. And I do this all the time. I call it story shaming. And everybody gets all butthurt when I say the word shaming. Oh my God, you can't say that. Don't you shame? No, this is not the woke zone. This is the woke free zone. We shame. And I shame all the time. I don't shame an individual. I shame a behavior. So what I will do is when somebody sends a help desk ticket that clearly proves that they're not qualified to work with me, or sends an email response that clearly proves, I will not use their name. I won't do anything that attacks them as a person, but I will use the copy that they sent, and I'll put it in an email, and I'll tell a whole story around it. And what I'm really doing is training my email list that this behavior doesn't fly. I'm shaming the behavior so that I am using it as a filter and a discouraging and a repulsion technique to get further, better, qualified applications.
I've got a page of notes here. I've got a page of notes, but I will say that I remember, and what this is reminding me of is the late, great Jim Yagi that he had something that he used to do in his ads that would repel people before they click the ads. And that's what he told me. He's like, I don't want clicks of people who are not qualified. I want to make sure that before they get here, they're already qualified. So I'm digging that concept there. And I know I could do a better job at that. So that's super helpful, Troy.
Yeah, Jim used to do that, and we were working with Jim up until the time Ben and I both were working with him when he passed away. Such a loss, such a great marketer, great mind. And one of the things that, because he focused a lot on ads, on like AdWords and such, right? And one of the things, everybody tried to game the system to get more clicks. And Jim knew that's not what you want. You wanted qualified clicks. You didn't want to pay for clicks that weren't qualified. So instead of egging people on to click, he would put stuff in the ad that would tell the price of what they were going for. $4.95 shipping and handling offer for XYZ book or whatever. And what that would do is the people that were looking for the freebie stuff wouldn't even click on it because they knew they were going to have to pay $5 for shipping, right? And it was a way of discouraging people from clicking those ads and keeping your ad down, right? Your click-throughs might be lower, but your percentage of conversions was much, much higher, and you weren't wasting your ad budget on a bunch of looky-loos. And there's a lot to be said. I'm not a paid advertisement guy. I'm not a paid traffic guy. But there is a lot to be said to approaching even your free marketing as if it was costing you $10 a lead.
Yeah.
Because when you do that and you really focus on it, what you will do is you'll focus on the things that are designed to dissuade the wrong people more than you will trying to talk the right people in. And you'll be much more effective with it that way. So, just a shout out to the late Jim, good guy, industry misses him. And it's a good reference. I'm glad you pulled that up.
So the other thing, and I don't usually do this, but I got to jump in here because I know that a lot of these people, and we've talked about this, guys, go back and there's episodes on Troy telling you how to sell better and that you have to sell and what to do to sell. But one of the things that changed my business was picking up the phone. Like, I think people hide behind this funnel thing. And nowadays, if somebody refers somebody in or something like that, I tell them, shoot me a quick text and we'll talk, because I'm trying to see, are they trying to hide? Are they ready to talk? Can I get on with them quick and get it over with quick? Look at the last episode, speed of implementation. I've sold more on just getting a text number and calling somebody right away than I think I have in my application funnel. That's sad. I think I spent too much time on the application funnel, but it's something to think about.
Well, that's a great segue. And you know what? We're just going to use that right now on the fly. I'm going to add our next segment. We're going to talk about that using a text call-in funnel. And again, I hate the word funnel. It's not really a funnel, but it's a simple process for closing. So we'll do a part 2 on this, and
Nice.
We'll talk about that in the follow-up in the very next segment, Jonathan. Just
Now
for
you guys
you,
know.
my man. I feel you needing some help here, so I'm just gonna amp it up a little bit.
This guy, he's so generous. All right, that's another Go Berserk with Email show in the can. We will be back in your earbuds next time. Thank you for tuning in.
To get a free Berserker Mail test drive with no credit card required, go to startmytestdrive.com. From there, you can play around inside the platform without pressure. Load up emails and campaigns to see how simple the interface is, and get comfy with everything before deciding to join. That's startmytestdrive.com.
This is the podcastfactory.com.